All right, y'all, we're back. Sorry about that. Currently watching this little move unfold on ES and Nasdaq. 30,230. They had a beautiful sell-off to 150. Bottom went back up to 226. The main liquidity is hovering about 75.60 on the S&P. $75.50. The ES has recovered every bit of that little bit of red there, and once they claim the 7554, that's where we're going to be looking up for the previous day's highs of 68. I'm currently in one position. I've taken my first public position today, and that's a high confidence 3C high volume short on silver. Nasdaq is 30,222. It's a spoofing lower again. They are putting on liquidity a little bit lower here, but it's not much. That big level they had is not on there. Oh, never mind. On the S&P, on Nasdaq, they did put down 800 orders on 150. Yeah. Do you think it's a coincidence that you got the B-SOD as a massive 3C unfolded? I don't know. It happens. It's unfortunate. Probably on my end again somehow. I don't know why it does it. Tried resetting the computer. It does anyway. It's all right. 30,214 Nasdaq coming down. All right, Nasdaq appears to be moving down to the 150 mark. So far, they've already done this once today with this big level, and they moved the markets down, and now it appears they're going to do it again down to 1.5. So that liquidity has a pull on there, especially to that degree on Nasdaq. It definitely looks like they want to make a move here. Happy July Santa rally, yeah. OM does recommend putting on a position and shutting down your broker. His computer went sentient, did it for him. Yeah, you seem to have more computer problems. Just on Bookmap, man. Anytime I run Bookmap software, it just smokes the computer. That's why I've had to start running Bookmap's software on my laptop. I don't know what it is. Like, that's the only thing that smokes my computer. I can play Fortnite on the highest graphics setting. I can do anything except run Bookmap. I don't know what it is. All right, Nasdaq's coming hard down, pretty hard at 150. 180, 176, dropping down to 1.5. Nice little move down. Here comes that attack, and they pulled the liquidity again, but it's still looking like it's right in that 150 area. We're almost down to it completely. Making that move down. Nice. All right, Nasdaq is coming down. We have 150 and moving through it. Without a volume spike, there's no bounce to be had yet. Now they're moving on down to 30,100. We have 830 orders down to 100, so I would look for that mark right here. Coming off. Nice move. The Bookmap is providing a lot of value, and they pulled that order. So someone's playing games with our hearts into 100. Move to 100, maybe I'd be low. Yeah, they keep on pulling it down, man. They keep on pulling it down. That looks like a big player averaging in. Yeah, it's looking like it. It's looking like it. For the silver trade, if we have a little shelf we're dealing with here that I'm looking to get through. And if we can clear the 745, I'll be targeting a first target profit of 60.61, at which point I will probably scale out some contracts and then put on a stop to 60.61. And that'll be hands off of that position. See if I can get a move down. I don't know. I don't know if I'm fortunate enough to grab a big move down on such a day. This is a very, it's not often where silver will put on such a massive move and then undo it. So I don't expect a full reversal. But so far, this is a nice little profit. Nothing crazy. I would love to get 60.61 stop on and see just how far this thing can actually go. Maybe I do get lucky for a big reversal day, but that's not what I'm gunning for here. I just play the 3 Cs as I come. Nasdaq bounced off the 150 mark right there on the Bookmap. Nasdaq getting some juicy liquidity. Yep. So that's another massive move bounce right there on Nasdaq from 3143. 60, 70 points. S&P is still grinding up in the highs. New high for S&P where Nasdaq is still heading lower. So a big divergence in between the two. It doesn't make it easy to trade. If you're someone who likes a correlated trend, it's not the easiest to trade when the Nasdaq is going down to low of the day and the S&P is putting a new high of the day in. I said out loud to myself when OM earlier talked about the smaller liquidity down lower, how to make a decent move to get it in the markets. It goes hold my beer. Yeah. Yep, 100%. 100%. Anybody have any good food for 4th of July? Anybody gonna eat a lot of glizzies? It's like the National Glizzy Holiday, July 4th. Trying to decide what to cook. Got some massive ribs. Yeah, buddy. S&P is rocketing 75.58. Just absolute bull trend, man. Blast off into oblivion. Beautiful moves. All we're buying these days is tomahawks with TPT money. Heck yeah, baby. With all that money. Get you some tomahawk steaks. Go get you some fillets. You're barbecuing a whole baby lamb. Nice. Sounds delicious. Man, ES is ripping and a tearing. Nasdaq is all the way back up there too. Not a fan of shorting the indexes unless you've got a very good reason to do so, man. It's just, you're going to have a bad time. Blast off. They filled both liquidity, though, and then went up. Well, they didn't fill them, but they tested them. They actually pulled them before they filled, and then went. Got to make new highs by close tomorrow if the manga. Yeah. Trump is speaking this afternoon, so be advised. If you're trying to short this market, you're doing so with the world's largest bull at the helm. Freedom Glizzies, Glory Ribs, and Liberty Steaks. Yeah, buddy. It's funny, my kids roll their eyes all the time. I have a 4th of July music playlist that I play during my fireworks. You would think it's like super country freedom songs like Toby Keith. Nope. Revolutionary War music, baby. Flutes and drums and marching music. I'm not even joking. I corrected her E. That is an agricultural joke, and I appreciate it, JJ. I appreciate it. Cannonball fire off in the distance? Yes. Yes. I wish one of y'all lived nearby. I would invite y'all to my 4th of July party. Exclusive 4th of July OM party. Watching fireworks. Heck yeah, man. Can I take a look at Palantir? I could. I'm not gonna, though. I'm just kidding. Palantir going crazy. So 127.90 is our SR flip, of course. We have 2 lines I've already drawn. They rejected right here at 127.90, and they bounced off 105. So the target's working pretty well. I was looking for a 105 target to buy off of at 104, and it never triggered, which is why my attention was never drawn back to it. This green line at 105. So I like it. Working well, obviously. The structure's working well because it's defending these triggers that I put on there weeks ago. If it closes the 127.90, I would look for them to recapture the 160s. Tractor Supply's launching. Yeah, we knew that one. I'll come visit my old California comrades. Comrade Daniel. The old California. You Californians destroy my beautiful state. When I considered selling a chunk of my land, I asked the realtor if I could legally exclude people from California to buy my land. And he's like, no, you can't legally do that. I was like, dang. I sold the put for Meta for $535. It just rocketed today. Made a major money on the option. Nice. Meta's a top 3 favorite stock for long term. Nice. I bought a good chunk of Palantir at 21 and a cost basis of 15. I did too, except a little bit earlier. But I unfortunately divested from Palantir, which I thoroughly hate myself over. Do you like avocado? Do you like avocado toast? Yes, I love it. If you like avocado toast, you're definitely from California. Hey, our silver trade is beginning to pay. And I'm about to lock in a profit with a stop. Beautiful. Congratulations, those who took the silver trades, working out well. So, for me personally, now that we have claimed 60.75, I do not want them to bounce over that. If they bounce over it, it's time to get out of the trade. So, my trailing stop on this position needs to be at or around 60.75. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, homies. back. Take it to the 50%, Phil. Let's do it, baby. So we're locking in profit. Now, let's continue this old conversation. Right now, 60.75 is the trailing stop. If they claim 595, then I want to move my trailing stop down. Because any level, if that breaches and bounces back up, that is hopium for you to continue down. And I don't want hopium, especially without silver. Silver will punch you in the mouth. Silver is the first fight after Mike Tyson got out of prison. You remember that fight? It was over in like 60 seconds. You don't want to hope on silver. So if we claim 60.59, I'll move my trailing stop again. This is, of course, an IBKR trade. Sounds delicious. The best steak meal I think you can do is pair a twice baked potato with a grilled zucchini half. I do like twice baked potatoes, yep, especially when you grow them yourself. We have about 300 pounds to 400 pounds of potatoes, homegrown, baby. Delicious. Now all we need is a steak or Phil's baby goat. I love it when you hold my hands. All right, Tony Danza. Hold me closer, Tony Danza. Where's Pine Beach Dan? He's out there playing golf in the socialist country of Canada. It's probably public subsidized to golf. He's on the back nine. Yeah, buddy. All right, still absorbing here, 60.66. And don't stop me out, bro. They're about to stop me out. I want 60.5. Don't stop me out. Don't stop me out. It's almost there. I don't want to hear those dreaded words. Order filled. Stop filled. Don't do it. I don't know why they have to default to the Queen's English too on IBKR. Government funded roundup sprayed on government. Yeah. I noticed that high liquidity above the buyer's trader into it and it's pulled back off the books. Yeah, it's you know, they shift that book with those order blocks, man, and then pull them. 60.72. Come on, give me one more move down to 60.5 and I'll take it. Mine is the Chimes Tasty trade when the order fills for stop market. That means profits are done. You know what I need to do? I need to go into Red Alert and record all my favorite sounds off that game and use them as my alerts for IBKR. That'd be great. Or Halo. Insta kill. That'll be my order entry. High speed, low drag. Absolutely. All right, we are still coming off 60.67. I need one more move down to breach 5.9 so I can move my stop down. RTY is blasting. Nasdaq is 30,251. The S&P is bright green. I needed to hit my stop mark and just have it say, it's already, buddy. You'll do better next time. I love it. I love it. I love it. I grilled hamburgers a couple of days ago for the first time on my Traeger grill. Usually I am an open flame guy or I am the Blackstone flat top. But I was out of propane, so I couldn't use the Blackstone. So I was like, I'll just fire up the Traeger, throw them on the Traeger. A little dry. I think I might have overcooked them a little bit. I'm not used to it, but it was good. Yeah, you stupid green candle. 1 second. I gotta post my stupid exit. All right, out of the silver trade. I don't understand that phrase, out of propane. Yeah. Water's too wet, beer's too cold. I like it. That could be for limit orders, yeah, or pending orders. That's fantastic, Twizzy. That's fantastic. All right, well, the win streak continues. And the win streak will come to an end eventually, but not today. What do we say to the god of death? Not today. 30,278. Giving me some ideas, yeah. I'm getting an itch to short Nasdaq at 30K if it fails here. Well, where's the S&P coming up to? The S&P is climbing up to 7568, which is yesterday's highs. On an extended book, if you get a volume spike, we could have an indication for a short. I don't like shorting blast-off days like this though. That's a typical retail sentiment to try to short big green days. But without volume, you are playing with fire. Check out the food channel if you want to see a huge steak. I could see it right here with Dan. Are you frying out some cutlets? You jabroni? I thought you were on the golf course. You're frying out some cutlets over there. I love it. All right, there's a new high. The S&P just took out yesterday's high, which is a phenomenal move. This is a 70-point move on the S&P. Nasdaq is coming all the way back up there too. Silver, I'm sure, will continue to roll over after stopping me out, but that's okay. Coming on down, coming on down. Man has his wife sign a GTA 6 contract that guarantees him uninterrupted gaming time during the GTA 6 launch week. Imagine that. That guy does suck, yeah. I like it, Twizzy. Keep them coming. I like it. All right, silver. So, of course, silver's continued on down. There you go. Nasdaq is 30,293. Chicken cutlets, we got. Oh, yeah. How you doing? Man, that looks delicious. The only thing that would make those better is homegrown meat chickens. Which, by the way, we're about to start another round. That looks delicious. If I tried that, my wife would give me all the uninterrupted time I can handle. I love it. I love it. That's hilarious. Well, boys, eval pass on the short silver trade in Nasdaq long. Well done, Devious Phil. Well done. Twizzy's got him. I love it. You jabronis. Nasdaq, new high of the day, blast off. Good stuff. No shorting. Remember, I'm not a fan of shorting the indexes in this market unless you have a dang good reason to do so, and I just don't have it. The Taco Liquidity guy is back at 30,000. Man, he moved it down to 30,000. Are they going to do a post-Trump dump? That would be great. But I need volume. The more volume, the bigger the top hook I have, the more likely I'm going to place that position. I might have to pay attention to the charts this afternoon, which pains me. I'm going to set up TradingView to make some of these sound alerts. I need a streaming deck so I can incorporate sound effects into the stream. I wonder why TPT still hasn't made the micro silver contracts available for trading. I don't know. It's a good question. We kind of left off in NASDAQ at the 320 market because of the reject. Still bullish sentiment or range-bound filling. I think right now the bulls are going to take control of this. This is another test of this area. Not to mention, we know we have Trump speaking this afternoon, which typically is a pump. And we still have unfilled liquidity to 396, and the S&P is launching. So the only thing that's holding this market down at the moment is a couple of tech names. SpaceX, NVIDIA, AVG are getting clapped. If it wasn't for them, I think NASDAQ would be way higher. You look at the S&P. The S&P is in circus mode right now. Just blasting higher and higher. No short positions whatsoever on the S&P. And we talked about this morning, is I love it when they dump it quickly out of the gate in the morning, because that is just tackling fuel for higher prices. The quick move lower in the manipulation phase is a bottom wick higher price. I like it. It's either going to make me love trading or hate Red Alert 2. You can't do that now. It's one of the greatest games of all time. I can't hate Red Alert 2. Weirdest sound effect ever. What is? Rejecting the small supply. You know, I gotta go get my product shipped today. Yeah, you're a big time distributor now, man. You gotta get that going. Gotta get that going. ES is still blasting. No volume spike. No short. I would not even consider any short positions. Liquidity right now is pulling up to 350, although there is, be aware, large liquidity down to 30,300, which post-Trump may fill. Of course, tomorrow is the last trading day of the week. And the question you need to ask yourself, what will the dealers do into a long 3-day weekend after such a relentless green move? $30K, not 30,300. Oh, is that what I said? Yeah, 30,000. My bad. Yeah. Did anyone else hear that bubbly, almost like sound of when you were a kid and pulled the face cheeks really quick? No. Crush the VIX? Yeah. Crushing the VIX. Crushing the VIX. 75, 74 of the S&P. The last 3 years, the day before the half day has closed green. That's all having even interesting to know. 100%, yeah. Full port short? Absolutely not. No shorting. We got 2 minutes till the end of the stream. Any questions before we wrap it up? If you're new to the server and still watching us for the first time, I highly encourage you to go follow the Options Millionaire YouTube stream. Consider the new deals we have going on for Bookmap. If you're interested in the Bookmap software, they have a couple of great 4th of July deals to get you into the product with a good discount. Do you want to keep all your fingers down? All right, Nasdaq is still going. The S&P is still going straight up. Incredibly bullish the S&P session. That's it. I bought the dip on Microsoft. Finally closed out from last week's bottom. Done for the week. Nice, Lowen. Well done, buddy. Well done. I do need to do the whatchamacallits, the drawings. So I have 2 Take Profit Trader $50,000 account giveaways to do, and I'll do those here in a couple minutes. All right, y'all, that is 11:30 Eastern time, which means that is the end of the stream. So if you have any questions, please let me know. If you'd like to come join the server, do so. You can go to theoptionsmillionaire.com to join. If not, I will see you all next Wednesday for the Options Millionaire Bookmap co-stream at 10:30 Central, 11:30 Eastern. So until next week, I'm out. See you.